right, guys. So let's talk about reconciling this bank statement. Okay, balance in checkbook. All right, so you guys we worked yesterday on the registry, right? That's like every single thing that comes in or out gets written down. And then the bank will send you a bank statement that says, hey, this is what's actually gone through the bank. Like I mentioned to you guys yesterday about like my mom writes me a check and I don't cash it. I talked to you guys about that yesterday. She gets mad at me because I don't cash things right away. So like when she would get her bank statement, it wouldn't show that it went through the bank yet because it's still sitting in my wallet. It really is. I looked yesterday. There is a check in there from her. All right, so first some vocab. So first thing is the bank statement. It's just a statement that includes all transactions that have occurred for a period of approximately 1 month. Now the bank statement, though, Luke, put the calculator away. The bank statement is just what the bank has actually seen. Like I said, that check sitting in my wallet, the bank hasn't seen that yet. So it hasn't actually come out of my mom's account. All right, then you have a statement period, which is the dates that indicate the range of dates which the transactions occurred. So it's not always like January 1st to January 31st, right? It's not always a beautiful, perfect month. It could be from like the 14th to the 5th or 13th of the next month. Okay, so they can kind of fall in between. All right, then you have your starting balance, the amount of money in an account at the beginning of that statement period. Harley, you okay? I'll ask again. Harley, are you okay? All right, and then you have an ending balance, the amount of money in an account at the end of the statement period. Bank statement. All right, so what the bank statement, when you get that in the mail or email or however you're getting it, and you look at that and it says ending balance, is that exactly how much money you have in your account right then? No, it's not. That's just what the bank said it had when they printed off that report and sent it to you in the mail. That's just what that report is, you know, at that date before anything else. I went to the bank and cashed that check for my mom. I haven't yet. But that, you know, then that will come through and that'll change that. I really should do that today. She's going to be yelling at me. I'll take a picture of it. I can deposit it that way. It's easier.
We're gonna ask tomorrow.
It's my mom.
We're gonna ask tomorrow.
Keep asking me. Make sure I do that. I need to do that today. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. You take a picture to deposit money.
Yeah, so I deposited it, and then I went to go buy stuff at home from it.
The same day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It's not instantaneous.
Yeah, I didn't know. It said, like, the amount had changed, like,
Pending? It was pending. Yeah, good point. You got to wait a day or two for those.
like, all the computer
You learned a valuable lesson, didn't you? They'll usually, if you call them. But yeah, when you take the picture, it usually takes a business day or two. So if you do it on a Friday, it may not show up till Monday. There you go. There you go. So I need to do my mom's today before too, right?
Or I'll cash a check or whatever. I'll check until it's done and then I'll let go.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know about you guys if you guys have done that before. Like I always take the picture, you know, to deposit it, and then I kind of like set the check off to the side and like I hold on to it to make sure I see it's in there, and then I'll like tear it up and throw it away. But like that makes me a little nervous. I'm like, I don't want to throw it away and then I not go and then I've just thrown money away. So.
Whenever I work, I check my balance like 3 or 4 times. I'm so.
You're anal about it.
I'm very anal about it.
That's okay. At least you know that you're not going to overdraw an account, right?
But then I did. Because they messed up because they didn't take my paycheck. They didn't take part of my paycheck out and I spent the money on it. And I was like, oh, I thought I just got the new paycheck in, and I was like, I must have whatever. So I spent like a little bit of money. I thought it might be wrong, and then I overdraw by like 40 cents. I was fucking 48. It was 48 cents. Yes.
Mary? Yeah, my mother-in-law was like that. She would keep like, she literally in her back room at her house was full of like every check, every bank statement, every I'm like, why? It's like a fire hazard. Everything's online anymore. You don't need all that.
I don't know. Every time like it's Thursday, I'm like, thanks, and I go on my phone.
And look and see how much money you got. Josh? Now, if you're a self-employed, I would keep every receipt. Yeah, because that's a little different than just, a normal person like me just doing regular banking. That one you should. All right.
You can do it that live stuff.
Yes, yes, you can.
You can be like, oh, this was tax stuff, this was workshop, this swimming pool.
All right, number 5, outstanding deposits. These are deposits that you made that don't appear on your bank statement. So if it's outstanding, it doesn't mean it's amazing and wonderful. Not that kind of outstanding. It just means it hasn't gone through the bank yet. That's what that means. Right? So it's like standing outside, right? It hasn't gone in the bank yet. All right, then you also have outstanding checks that do not appear in your bank statement. So it's standing outside. It's not in the bank yet. Like the check from, my mom. It is outstanding. Seriously, like a month ago. She's going to yell at me. Thank you. Well, she'll call me and be like, can you please cash that check? Yeah, Mom, sorry. Oh, yeah. 37 years old, my mom still yells at me. Yeah. What was number 4, guys? Help me out.
That would be ending balance.
Ending balance. I don't want to flip it back because then they all cover again. All right, then number 7, balancing a checkbook or reconciling a bank statement. They mean the same thing. That's just trying to make sure that what the bank says that you have is exactly like what you have. So we're going to go through today this process. It's kind of like a little matching game when we do this. Okay, yes, I had this on my account. Yes, the bank had that on theirs. You're just kind of matching up, and then you can see what is outstanding, what did not come through the bank yet. Then you can kind of take the difference and go from there. Okay? So to balance a checkbook or to reconcile your statement, whatever way you want to think about this, you are comparing the entries in your check register with the bank statement. So you're going to kind of have them, you're going to sit with them side by side, you're going to compare the two. So you will enter a check mark. Remember in the registry, that little column for a check mark? This is where we actually use that. You will enter a check mark in the check registry for every deposit and check that's listed on the bank statement. So again, it's like the matching game. Yes, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. You're just matching them up, crossing them off. Then you will list any outstanding transactions that have not been checked off of withdrawals and deposits and total those up. So anything that did not get a check mark when you go through, we're going to kind of list those off to the side. And then you'll do the following steps. You're going to always start with the ending balance. Ending balance. Everybody got that? Start with your ending balance. Then you're going to add in any total outstanding deposits. You're going to subtract the outstanding withdrawals, right? Withdrawals are money that comes out anyway, so you can subtract those. That should equal the revised statement balance. Your revised statement balance should match the balance in your check register. Okay, so we're going to kind of just match this up. A lot of matching today. Let's just do it, and then it'll make more sense what we're doing, okay? So here we go. So below is a bank statement and check register for Michael's checking account. What steps are needed to reconcile his bank statement? So this is where we're playing the matching game. Okay, so starting with your bank statement, they have things listed. A lot of times they kind of group all the deposits in one thing, and then they'll group all the things that come out, all your withdrawals. So if you look, first we have deposits. So a $35 deposit. So I'm going to look on my paper, my registry. Do you have a $35 deposit on here? Yes. So that is where we will check mark that. And I can check mark this. I found the match. Playing the matching game. Yep, the 35 there and the 35, I have found it on mine. So we're check marking the matches, matching things up. So next they had a deposit for $100. Do you see a deposit for $100? Yes. Now be careful. There's 2 of them. Okay, good. This one already has a check mark next to it. That was already done from the previous statement, so I'm looking at this one. All right, so now we've moved on to withdrawals. And these are actually checks. Check 1770 was $158.08. Do you see a 158.08? Yes. So we will go ahead and check mark that one. And I check this one. Those matched. All right, do we have a 46.50? Ticket man. All right, so check, check. Got those. 74.64. We went to dinner. 74 bucks at dinner. That's an expensive dinner. And then a 19.50. Yep, way up top. All right. So once you play the checkmark game, checking off everything the bank statement has on it, then you're going to look back at your registry. Is there anything that is outstanding? Meaning that did not show up, that I did not checkmark? Yes. So for me, I go through and I will circle anything that does not have a check mark next to it. Okay, so once you've done all your checks, go through, circle everything that does not have a check mark. And then we total things up. So all of the outstanding withdrawals, okay, so we have a 50, 73, oh, an 18, a 29.10, and a 15. And the 125 is what? That's a deposit. That was 125. All right, so let's go ahead and total up all the withdrawals that did not come through my bank yet. All right, so 112.10. All right, so now I told you on the previous slide that you always start with your ending balance. That's from your bank statement. So starting with the ending balance, right here. So 628.23. I am supposed to do what with the outstanding withdrawals? Subtract. Subtract. We actually will subtract. I know what you were trying to work backwards. So minus the 112.10. And what am I going to do with the outstanding deposit? Add that. Okay, so you always start with the ending balance, subtract the outstanding withdrawals, and then add the outstanding deposits. 641.13. Did my checkbook balance? Because look at your final number here. 641.13, 641.13. They should match. If they don't match, something ain't right. Okay? Or it does not balance. If the question is just does it balance and they don't match, then no, it doesn't balance. Okay, but they should when you're done. Yeah. Okay. The ones that we circled? Well, this is a check number. They didn't cash it yet. They're like me, my check for my mom. Just haven't cashed it yet. Haven't cashed it yet. Haven't cashed it yet. Yeah, there are people that just haven't cashed those checks yet. They haven't run through the bank yet. So, does that make sense for what we did? We're doing the check mark, circle anything that doesn't have a check mark next to it, and then always start with the ending balance. That's the big thing. Mary? There you go. See, but it's frustrating. I remember when I used to keep a paper registry, I would do this every month when I got my bank statement. Oh my gosh, I'd get so mad, like if it didn't match, and you're like, did I just type it in the calculator wrong? Did I miss something? Like, yeah, stressful.
If you don't ever use checks, you just like always forget like the stuff that's on the bank.
Even if you write checks, you can. They just sometimes don't go through right away. But just be aware of what's still out there. But you should look at it to make sure it makes sense. It's depressing. I don't want to look at that. right, guys, take a look at the next one. Nancy has a balance of $1,078 in her check register. The balance on her bank account statement is $885.84. Not reported on her bank statement are deposits of $575 and $250 and two checks for $195 and $437.84. Is her check register balanced? So if we're not sure, let's kind of go through the same process as we did the last one. We just don't have the whole, we don't have to do all the check mark stuff. So what was her ending balance on the bank account? The bank account. Yeah, we always start with the bank statement. So $885.84, starting with the ending balance of the bank statement. All right, so then it says we have deposits of $575 and $250. What should I do with those? Add them in. So we're going to add the $575 and $250. Okay, I'm just writing it out piece by piece. And then the two checks, what do we do with those? Subtract those. Minus $195 minus $437.84. And then what should we get if it's balanced? The same as what? Yeah, we should get 1,078 if it worked. So we're going to add the 575, add the 250, minus the 195, minus 437.84. And I get 1,078. So did it balance? Yes. Questions on what I'm doing though as far as telling if it balances or not? Which one number do you always start with? The ending balance of the bank statement. Bank statement. Okay, so use Tina Weaver's monthly statement and check register to reconcile her accounts. And then there's some questions. So let's go through. We're going to do the check mark game. All right, so we're going to go through and we're going to do the check marks, okay? Do we see a withdrawal for $79? Okay, so $79, we're going to check mark. Okay, 600. That's a deposit, right? Make sure you're making sure it's in the right column. 5110. You guys are hilarious. Well, there's 12. 133.81. All right, guys. 250. 1140. All right, so I went through and checked off everything. Hold on a minute. I know that this argument is you're arguing two different sides of this. Should everything that the bank says, should it all be on your registry? Yeah, it should be. Okay, all of those should show up. Are there things up here that will not have check marks? Yes, not everything has cleared the bank yet. So this is when, after we check everything off, we go through and circle all the things that are not checked. All right, so how many things did we circle? You got a 50, a 39, and a 700. Right, we just go through, circle anything that does not have a check mark. All right, what number do I start with? Good. Always start with the ending balance. So 1434.19. Okay. What are we going to do with the 50 and the 39? Were those the only two? Okay. So minus 50, minus 39, and then the 700? Add the 700. $1434.19. Subtract off the things that have not cleared. Add on the 700. 2045.19. Guys, focus. So 2045.19. The question was, did it balance? Yes. Her ending balance is the same as that one. So yes, it did balance. These, yeah, no, you're right. These things the bank hasn't seen yet, but according to what the bank says, and if I take into consideration these the bank has not seen, then yes, they do match. once these go through the bank, it will match. It'll be good. It has a mind of its own. I don't know. It's been doing it a lot lately.